here is something you don't hear about every day. There is a ZCC pastor who's just been fired over misbehaving. Now, this also is a reminder for some churches where a person is wrong and they refuse to correct the issue, or they refuse to deal with the issue. Accusations rise, nothing gets done. As a matter of fact, the people that question are the ones that are put a thing. This is a reminder. You live in a days of truth. Which side are you on? You would think that when truth is being told, you are on that side. When we see people siding with what does not seemingly reside on the side of truth, we should be questioning. Excuse me, in an age like this, where umkwanazi, senzo mkunu, firings, what, the Madlanga Commission, what, all these truths being exposed, and you choose to sit on the sideline and side with people who are wrong. What's wrong with you? Even this is making a stand. Guys, no, man. You can't be that person. Please don't be that person. Don't be that person who decides to side with error. Structured Show, daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes done today, they'll be down in the pinned comments, and I'm going to check you out over there. The Daily Sun wrote an article. As you can see here, Mwaku wrote this particular Malachi, wrote this particular article saying that the headline screams it there. ZCC kicks out pastor. So the heading, that's kind of like the heading there. So what was the issue pertaining this pastor being kicked out? The Zion Christian Church is reviewing a membership of one of its pastors who was found guilty, convicted for a disabled girl. This forms part of the ongoing commitment to wipe out GBV and femicide in the country. This was revealed by the church spokesperson in the media briefing on Wednesday, the 11th. And Naope said that said that the church and the bigger is the biggest church in Africa, and was deeply shaken when one of its pastors, this particular man, here Samuel Sibela, attached to the Palabura branch in the Limpopo district, was arrested for assaulting a victim. Then they stayed the aged Ratata who lived in this particular area in the township outside Palabura, was later convicted of the offense. Okay? Following the arrest, later convinced that the pastor was immediately summoned before the church and immediately disciplinary was done, and then the conduct of throughout examination in light of our spiritual and ethical standards. The disciplinary committee resolved the stripping him of for They go on, they state all that. If you've seen how Nigerian police do it, when when a policeman does something disgraceful, they bring cameras, they bring everybody. He comes in, he marches in, and they strip him of rank. They remove the badges. And he excuses himself, publicly so that everybody is aware of thingy. Okay? They then went on to talk about this entire thing. They said that the spokesperson said that a decisive action of stripping the pastor of his pastoral position and bar him from holding any leadership positions was taken not only to uphold the integrity of the church, but also to send a strong message and do you see? Even ZCC knows. Even ZCC knows when you rebuke and correct error, it does something. It makes it very clear where we stand, separates you from this foul behavior. Recently, we've been dealing with something in January, and then there were people that were strongly going in that direction. In an age of truth, you decide to side. It's sad. It is absolutely sad. Even ZCC gets it. Even ZCC, there is 3 people of his pastor, so that it can be made very clear we don't send it, but also to send a strong message, a clear message to the rest of the congregants that such terrible behavior will never be tolerated in its ranks. Okay? Then they go on. You see, they should blast his picture. You don't just do things. Blast his picture publicly so we will report it. Yes, the reason why I'm saying that is because you have to do so. When you do so, people like these, these funny people, when they do these funny behaviors of theirs, what they tend to do is that they will leave one area and go to a different area where no one knows them. So they will live here, they'll go find another particular thing. Now, if we've seen them, boom, it puts them out there so people keep watch over them. When Joshua came out with his rapture revelations, there were people that knew him and said, hey, he comes from a dodgy church. He comes from a funny church. So already you could see the roots were already shaky there. There were questions already at its foundations, right there. So they should have put his picture publicly so. They should have put his picture. This is a terrible behavior. This is terrible behavior. You put out his picture so that everyone knows this is the person. Do not interact with such an individual. They should have put his picture publicly so. Now I revert back to what I mentioned earlier on. This is an age of truth. God is exposing. Look at over the last 3, 4, 5 years, what has happened. We went from COVID. People, just that small period of being detached from the church, you saw what it did. As a whole, you saw what it did. Brought people to start thinking independently and people to really question what they believed. Number 1. Number 2, once that separation was done, we were able to reach a lot more people because now people were online, people were looking for church, people were looking for messages and all those kind of things. So we were able to echo truth forward. Now, for some people, it will stick. For some people, it takes a while, right? But you see what it did. And then living from that, you got Gold Mafia. Gold Mafia came out, exposing the ways in which people in authority, whether be in church or whatnot, can allow themselves to be corrupted. You got that. Number 2 came the BBC documentary against TB Joshua. It's time. It's an age of truth. It's an age of truth. All kinds of false prophecies being made. Oh, you are saying that December 2023, the world was going to end. Nothing happened. So they prophesy. They claim they are preaching the word of God. They come, they prophesy. They are immediately shown to be false. Immediately. You don't even have to follow them for more than 6 months. They immediately are shown to be false. Then there was all enigmas, all the holiness movement, all these things that have been happening over the last couple of years. Very short period of time. Exposed. This is an age of truth. Which side are you on? This is an age of truth. There are people that are choosing to side with people, making their strength men. I pity that. I pity such alignments because you bring to question where you stand. Don't compromise truth. In ZCC telling you, we are sending a message. We don't want such behavior to be seen as If ZCC can take a stand like that, what does it tell you about where you should stand? But hey, what do we know? Historic Reality Show with daily Christian commentary videos. Other episodes done today, they'll be down in the pinned comments. Make your decision known. Make it clear. Make your stand very publicly so. Where do you stand? Here is truth. Where do you stand? It's Ricky. We're done.